What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Case Digital. Today I want to take a quick video and show you how to answer the question of how to check an operating system type or the name or whatever operating system your Python program is running on. So to do that, we need to basically use a few imports, or just one import in this video. And that import is going to be import and the package of platform. So now that we have that, I'm going to go create my main guard because I like to have my scripts have this in it unless I'm creating kind of different packages or modules. So I'm going to use a snippet that I've created. It's if name, and that's going to automatically generate this main guard snippet. And now all I need to do is just replace pass with the code. Essentially, the code that we're going to write here is a function call within the platform package. And I'm going to create an F string or print out an F string. That way we can kind of see that we can say platform dot, and then the function that we're going to call is going to be system. There it is. And just like that, we're going to say that, hey, this function call is going to produce an output. Now, here's the interesting thing. On a Windows or Linux, oftentimes this should print out the values of Windows, or if you're on Linux. What actually happens when you're on a Mac, so if I go ahead and I run this, what you'll see is that it prints out the value of Darwin. Well, why does it print out the value of Darwin? Well, that's because this is printing out the underlying operating system that a Mac is built upon. And in my case, I'm using an older Mac, and maybe it's different for a newer Mac, but I think it's not. I think if I remember right, it is still the same for some of the newer Macs I've been testing out and playing with, but it's going to be Darwin. So this is how you can easily use this. So if like you had some code, and oftentimes I see some of this in some code that I've looked at where it's based upon like different OSs need different imports. This code is highly used. So you could say something like OS type is equal to platform.system, and then you can say if OS type is equal to, say, Windows, then you could do code here. Oops, you can do code here. If you can just copy that, do Linux, you can do code here, and then I can say elif, and then I can say Darwin, say print hello, and then we can say else print not supported. All right, so this is oftentimes how I've seen it used, and a lot of times in here, it's like I mentioned, it's due with the imports that people use to import different things or different secret codes that only will really work with libraries that work on a specific, say, OS type. So now if I go ahead and run this, what you'll see is I get that Darwin's printed out, and then I say hello, and you can see that if I go in here again, I can do something like print Windows, or we can go here, print Linux, and if we go ahead and run this, you'll see that again it just gives me Darwin from our print up here, as well as the hello saying that we're in that Darwin section of code, or that Mac section of code. So that's how you can find and check the current operating system type using Python. And that's your Python tip today. Till next time, keep on programming.